And you're welcome back again to our live GAA action here on RTÉ television this afternoon. So then, the situation at half-time, Wexford leading Offaly in the Leinster final by 110 to 19. Everything to play for, obviously, in the second half. Just before we talk to Cyril Farrell, a little reminder about our phone line numbers here on the programme this afternoon. There they are, 1850 851 851 for callers from the Republic. And if you're ringing us from the north, it's 0800 973 073. And those phone lines are open all the time. Right, sir, let's look again at that first half. And the first thing we're going to look at is the Offaly goal. Now, the television pictures really don't solve whether Dooley was in or out, but nonetheless, it was a well-taken goal by Offaly.
Yeah, it's the first big talking point of the game. It's a long ball that comes in from John Troy. And Billy Dooley gets actually inside John O'Connor. You see it here now. He turns around left and then swings around and hits a beautiful ball in right. Kind of a low-pin high shot in. Now, Billy Dooley starts his run now and has gone inside and just beats Damon Fitzsimmons to it. Now, whether he's in or out, like the angle in the camera wouldn't show it fully. He's made his run from outside. Now, it's very debatable. He might be just inside when he gets the touch, but you wouldn't really know from here. He goes up, he's gone inside the cornerback, John O'Connor, and Damon Fitzsimmons has come to it. Now, up with his hand, and Billy just gets a touch, ball in the back of the net.
Well, it was well taken by Dooley, as we said, because Fitzsimmons was a fine goalkeeper, but he just got a little touch in it there, just nicely. Yeah,
well, see, it was a long ball from John Troy, and it was a long way out, sneaked in behind John O'Connor and got the touch. Just a flick in, and the goal stood, so like Offaly were happy enough with it. So I put kind of Offaly in the driving seat at that time by 1-2 to 2 points.
Well, Offaly started with the kind of play that we set ourselves, picking off those kind of points and getting the goal, that it was all going their way. The penalty was important, obviously, to Wexford. It settled them down. Yeah, Wexford are putting terrible energy into their game, and they're sticking into everything and hustling everything, and they needed a big break. Now, here's Larry Murphy cutting through from here. He goes away from, keeps coming. He's been hooked the whole time, and then Keenan comes and kind of taps him head on. Now, the Offaly people will say that's not a penalty. You know, like they were saying, he was looking to get any free at all. But it kind of cancels out because Fitzsimmons comes up, and the pressure was on him. Now, he got a goal the last day with not much pressure on him really against Dublin, not as much as here. They needed a big one from here, and once he got this goal, I put Wexford kind of in the driving seat in this half anyway. Like, it's very well struck. He comes up the whole way, bends down, strikes a great shot, sticks in the back of the net. Like, it's not much they can do about it. And like a goal like that ignites the team as such. So it brought them back to just 1 point on 1-5 to 1-4. But from then on, Wexford are kind of dictating the pace of the game. Yes, it sparked them into action, because up to that they were fiddly and they were a little bit edgy, but from then on, as you said, like, they were making great plays up and down the field. Like, we've picked out 1 point now as an example of that kind of stuff. Yeah,
they were doing. Sean Flood here now gets onto a good long ball up here long. It comes Larry Murphy again, who's playing a very good game. Low ball up to Tom Dempsey. Now, usually Tom is in the side, but he comes up this lovely ball across the pitch, and he finds Rory McCarthy, who just turns left over the bar.
Yeah.
Beautiful score. Or Eamon Scanlon, sorry, that got that point, not Rory.
That's right, yeah. And yet at the same time, like I was making the point to you during the commercial break, that Wexford are a point up, but they're huffing and puffing for that lead. Offaly are just tipping around.
Yeah, well, Offaly play like that. They're very skillful, and like they're not. Wexford are putting in all the effort. They're hustling everything. They're 200% committed, and like it's kind. They're forcing the game in Offaly, trying to force their type of game in Offaly. It's up to Offaly now at half time to restructure their game, and I'd say they'll probably get the forwards back where they started and play their own type of game. If Wexford can keep the same pressure on them, they have a great chance. But Offaly will be hoping that the break is coming time for them, and they'll get into their own rhythm in the second half.
It has been interesting that Offaly are reacting to what's happening, because we've seen the changes they've been making on the field.
Yeah, they've changed all the forwards around the place, but you'll probably find at half-time that Eamon and the boys go back to what they started with. John Troy centre forward, Erity full forward, Johnny Dooley, say, wing forward, rather than switching around, and hope that they get their own game going. That's what they're really trying to do. All
right, Cyril, thanks again for the moment. Now we're going to switch sports just for a few minutes, because the big race at the Curragh this afternoon was the Fillies Classic, the Kildangan Stud Irish Oaks. There were 7 runners, with the English challenger Lady Carla starting the hot favourite at 7-4 on, with the big Irish Hope, the Pretty Polly winner Dance Design, next in the market at 9-2. Tony O'Hare is the commentator.
The 5 and beginning the descent, and it's Lady Carla in the lead from Key Change in second. Then the noseband, green colours of Shamadara, Tudaku getting closer on the outside. Dance Design is in 5th, and French Ballerina being pushed along at the tail of the field as they run the turn into the straight, over 3 furlongs to go, and it's Lady Carla narrowly from Key Change in second, and they're followed by Shamadara with Tudaku on the outside. Dance Design beginning to improve, now gone past Tudaku off the bend. Lady Carla asked to quicken and leads from Key Change. Shamadara, Dance Design the outside. They've a furlong and a half to go, and it's Lady Carla the leader from Key Change. Shamadara, the French filly, on the outside. Then Dance Design, they're clear to French Ballerina. A furlong out, Lady Carla headed by Shamadara. And then Dance Design the near side, and it's Dance Design on the stand side now. Dance Design and Shamadara as they race up towards the line. Dance Design, Shamadara the inside. It's going to be desperately close. It's going to be very tight as they go to the line. Dance Design just from Shamadara. Keep change. Lady Carla fades to fourth. French Ballerina, a good run fifth. And they're a long way clear of 2-2.
And the SP on the Oaks then. The winner, number 2, Dance Design at 9-2. Second was number 6, Shamadara at 6-1. And third was number 4, Key Change at 8-1. Number 5, Lady Carla, was the 7-4 on favourite. The non-runner was number 1 and 6 ran. And on that note, the teams are back out on the field again at Croke Park. I think we're in for a blistering second half between Wexford and Offaly. Let's rejoin Marty.
Thank you, Michael. Well, I can tell you the Wexford side are back on the pitch, obviously full of determination and anxious to get matters underway here at Croke Park. And Martin Storey and Larry Murphy and the rest of them seem very relaxed. It's still Adrian Fenlon and Larry O'Gorman at midfield. But for people like Tom Dempsey, this is it. There's no more talking. They've tried and failed in the past. This is going to be their day, and certainly Liam Griffin has worked very hard on their psychological state in preparation for this match. Would you say, Nicky, at this stage, if you were a betting man, you'd go for your arch rivals?
Well, it's hard to know. I mean, Wexford certainly played very well in the first half, but coming out that tunnel in the second half, they'll still have those little niggling doubts in their mind. I mean, they've had so many disappointments. You know, maybe today Liam Griffin has worked very hard on the psychology over the last couple of weeks, and he just might be the man to have them thinking right, because their attitude in the second half will have much to do with the result as the actual way they play the game.
Well, here come Offaly. We'll see if there are any changes. We really don't expect any changes, except I do see Dahi Regan. Dahi Regan is coming in, I think, for the county of Offaly, and that's going to be a change at midfield. So Dahi, wearing number 17, is in at midfield. Let's see if we can spot the player who has gone off, and it's now going to be Johnny Pilkington and Dahi Regan at midfield, and it looks like Declan Pilkington is gone off and Michael Dignan is now playing a corner forward. So changes in the Offaly side. This is former Offaly hurler Ray O'Gorman there, Willie O'Gorman, and must be a little bit worried at this stage about the regular Offaly 15 that we see. Not that Dahi is not a regular, but obviously they intend to exert pressure at midfield by bringing O'Regan in. Aidan McSwivna, I think, wants the players. It's not waltzing Matilda by any stretch of the imagination, but Dahi is making his presence felt, and Larry is taking none of it. Finally, things are underway. Shane McGuckian giving a loose ball to Martin Storey. He salutes the Wexford crowd with a clenched fist. He does it again for the camera, and Wexford starts the way they finished. 2 points between the teams. That's exactly what Wexford needed, Nicky.
Absolutely, a great score from Martin Storey.
Stalemate at midfield. Hubert Rigney, I think the linesman is indicating that it's going to be, he thought it was going to be a hot ball, and in fact the decision is to Offaly. Kevin Martin from Tullamore. Larry O'Gorman from Fay Harriers. Kevin Keenan's hurley being held by Gary Laffin, but the referee allowed the advantage wisely. Liam Dunn. Good centre-back play. Knocked down for Rory McCarthy, knocked away by Kevin Martin. Loose ball comes to Adrian Fenlon. And Fenlon is scooping it sufficiently enough, not quite. Liam Coughlin. Not a good clearance. Comes to Larry Murphy, who finishes the job second time round. Larry Murphy gets his first point of the Leinster final, and Wexford are certainly intent on meaning business. As I said when you joined us at the first time from Páirc Uí Chaoimh, the atmosphere around Croke Park on all approach roads was unquestionably Wexford, Wexford, Wexford. And you get the feeling that it's not going to be the team's fault this time if they fail. determination etched on Larry Murphy's face. Etched on some wonderful point taking by Larry Murphy from Cabon. Tears in the eyes of our Wexford men already. I warn you, Wexford, it's a long, long way to go.
An excellent point there for Larry Murphy. Won a ball and broke through Kevin Martin. Also has Brian Whelan going backward, but an excellent run. And again, what he wasn't doing in the first half, getting it, having a look up and having a pot at goal. And an excellent point by Larry.
Martin Storey is the man that's down injured. He had flu all week, which was kept out of the newspapers rather wisely, perhaps, by Wexford officials. But at this stage, he seems to be in a spot of bother with an ankle problem. And his absence, if he had to withdraw, would be a major blow. The Wexford bench taking in the sunshine, but you can see the tension on their faces. Martin Storey trying to put the boot back on. They're introducing perhaps Paul Finn from Ollart de Balla. He's the man who's running up and down the sideline, while Martin Storey is getting attention. The captain is putting back on the sock. They're thinking about warming up George O'Connor as well, as the new stand looks beautiful in the blue skies. That's Croke Park 1996. George has put the helmet on. You can see that both hands indeed are heavily strapped. But if he's brought in again psychologically, being brought in, it could be an inspirational decision. Larry almost blessing Martin Storey to stay on. Just the eyes say it all as Storey gets back to his feet, limping and must be said severely. Can he continue? The loose ball, the breaking ball to John Troy. Oh, lovely ball inside to Joe Dooley. Giving it inside to Michael Dignan. He can reach it. What a lovely pass though from John Troy to Joe Dooley. Liam Griffin has certainly done a good job so far. The psychological state of Wexford minds must have been helped, and I know that league and championship are so different, but the fact that Wexford did beat Offaly in the league for the first time in many years must have helped. Martin Storey sending a ball in to Liam Coughlin. Sends it straight back down towards Johnny Dooley. Larry O'Gorman. And Offaly are in trouble in this early stages of this second half. Pulled on, half blocked. Again Wexford have it. Again Adrian Fenlon sends it in to Gary Lappin. Nice turn. First time beating Kevin Keenahan. Good run by Lappin. Can he connect? He can't. And that's wide. But Offaly defenders had to come to the assistance of Kevin Keenahan. That was a close call. Well pulled on. Liam Dunn going back to gather it. It gets there ahead of Billy Dooley. Jarkush. Spot of bother here. Liam Dunn comes in to help him once more. Up towards Tom Dempsey and Shane McGuckian. Scooping it up. Almost shovel-like is Larry Murphy, who sends a ball straight over its crossbar. What a score! What a point! What a man! Larry Murphy. By God, they mean business in Croke Park, these Wexford lads. The Leinster champions are in deep, deep trouble, and I know it's very early. 6.5 minutes gone. Wexford lead by that scoreline. Adrian Fenlon. It's 17, 19 years since they won the Leinster title. But Offaly are the masters of coming back. Limerick, the new Munster champions, remember it from 2 years ago. Storey, the captain leading by example. Where's the ankle injury now? Comes Damon Scallon, who drives it wide. If Wexford lose this, Nicky, they'll be killing themselves.
Absolutely, you don't get simpler chances than that, and Eamon knows, he knew the minute he hit it, it was all wrong.
Breaking ball, Dahi Regan. Big Dahi trying to swing. Larry holding on to him. So too is Sean Flood, getting a touch to it down towards Adrian Fenlon. Lovely hurling. Good man. Down to Gary Lappin. Trying to get away from Kevin Keenahan. Lappin twice beating Keenan in a matter of minutes. It's a terrible pass, Gary. Hubert Rigney. Good defending by Offaly. Down to Johnny Pilkington. The Leinster champions will respond. They're Offaly. They're the faithful county, remember. And away goes Johnny. Nobody from Wexford can catch him. Sends in a ball to Damien Fitzhenry. Sends it back up towards Brian Whelan and Martin Storey. Was half suspicious that Whelan was waiting for it. Liam Dunn can't reach it. Michael Dignan putting it across to Rod Guiney. Rod going back to scoop it up once more. Out towards Johnny Dooley, and there's a point for the taking. His third of the Leinster final. Offaly responds like champions. And thanks be to God, there's only 8 minutes gone in the second half. 114 to 110. The hurling men of Ireland are proving what a fantastic game this is. They did it in Limerick, they did it in Tipperary, they did it in Clare last year, but today it's Wexford and Offaly.
It's a powerful game. It's really getting good now. Offaly are not gone, and here's a great chance.
Gary Lappin is straight through. Saved by Liam Coughlin. Oh, what a save by Liam Coughlin. But his clearance is not a good one, and he gets it again. It's an emotional, it's a tense afternoon in Croke Park. It's a great day for hurling. The ball is sent back in again. Grabbed by Martin Storey. Can he get a shot? Brilliantly blocked down by Martin Hannamy, who bravely put his face, head, arms and legs in front of it. Gary Lappin. Kevin Keenahan getting it out for Johnny Dooley. Sending it way, way down the field. Up towards Kitar Kush, knocked away by Rod Guiney. Trying to scoop it away from Joe Dooley. And it's Guiney that comes away with it. The Wexford lads are playing inspired. Down towards Brian Whelan. Switches to the other side and swings it across. A race for Adrian Fenlon. It falls nicely, however, for Johnny Pilkington. You're playing that way, Johnny. To Joe Dooley. Inside is Michael Dignan. Dooley takes his points. The Offaly lads are inspired at the moment, but they're coolly and calmly taking their points. 3 points between the teams. Down at the other end, this was a really brilliant save by Liam Coughlin.
Adrian Fenlon drives the ball in, missed by Kevin Keenan. Actually, Gary Lappin even at times to rise the ball there, but a good save by Liam Coughlin, and he just might very well have kept his team in the game.
And it's Wexford once more. Adrian Fenlon hooked without a hurley. Picked up by Larry O'Gorman. Passing it on inside to Tom Dempsey, who gets there ahead of Kevin Keenan. They need a cross. They have the cross, but Martin Hannamy saves it once more. Back out to Larry O'Gorman. Larry sends it high, and it's dropping over the bar. It was worth the wait, Larry O'Gorman. It was worth the wait. If they thought there was only hurling in Munster, Leinster have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that there are great hurling men in this province. RTE Television Sport, delighted to bring you live one of the greatest games in the world. The Munster hurling final live, the Leinster hurling final live. And dare I say it, we could almost pray for a draw. I don't think Wexford will pray for it, but we just might. Down towards Tom Dempsey. Shane McGuckian, the captain, living in Wexford, a vet in Wexford, and he won't certainly want to lose to John Troy. Lovely skill, hand passing it outside. Chance here for Offaly, and they've got another point. Billy Dooley gets his second point. 1-2 for Billy, but what a creator, this man. What a genius, John Troy. What vision.
Excellent. Again, typically John Troy picked it up, very skillful, gets in around Liam Dunn, and had the vision to pick out Billy Dooley. It wasn't even watching Billy Dooley, but they knew what was going to happen.
Billy Dooley, the hero, as the scoreline reads 115 to 112. Offaly come once more. Joe Erity. Michael Duggan is calling for it outside. Erity getting inside to a push. Goal here. Oh, what a save! What a save! Back out again. Offaly keep it on the pressure. Johnny Dooley has to go for a point. But my word, what a save by Damien Fitzhenry. Well, Wexford were complaining when they changed their goalkeepers after the league semi-final. But Liam Griffin, what a save.
Joe Erity gets the ball here, gets in around Ger Cushion. I think Ger is certainly, he has been booked for that particular pull, but excellent save by Martin Fitzhenry.
This might just be the Leinster final, but you can hardly hear yourself here at Croke Park. Brilliantly caught by Martin Storey. Hubert Rigney is down. Storey hooked. Giving it, knocked away by Martin Hannamy. Dahi Regan. Blocked. Again by Rory McCarthy. Again Regan. Martin Hannamy. Lovely cheeky play by Dahi Regan. And Hannamy executes the clearance. John Troy down to Liam Dunn. Sending it back down the field. Kevin Martin underneath it. Dahi holds it in the midriff and sends it up towards Joe Dooley and Rod Guiney. Rod Guiney not lying in it, not pulling on it. Yes, he is pulling on it. There's a hurling on. It's still there. Who has it? Larry O'Gorman. The two Larrys combining nicely here, getting away from Hubert. Oh, brilliantly hooked by Hubert Rigney when it looked as if he was beaten. Larry, away he goes again, belted by Hubert Rigney, challenged by another Offaly defender, Hannamy. Inside in the thick of it, so too is Martin Storey, and Brian Whalehan gets the free. As a commentator, I'm glad that Aidan McSwigna has given a free, because I can take a breather.
Absolutely. It's enthralling hurling. Both teams are so committed. It's unbelievable. It's a wonderful game, and at this stage Wexford may be winning by 2 points, but it's a difficult one to call even at this stage.
Kevin Martin from Tullamore getting some attention. And he just picked up an injury there in his forehead. In the background, Pat Murphy giving a few hurleys as Liam Griffin comes on. And Joe Dooley obviously picked up an injury as well. He was seeking attention when there was a break in play. Seems to be a knee problem. And Joe in a certain amount of trouble there, so too is still Kevin Martin. And the breather and the break is worth it for everybody concerned, including the spectators. 115 to 113. And going back up to his position is Dermot Healy. He came down to the dugout to advise the Offaly selectors what to do. And this is an interesting move, and it's something that should be done in terms of the future, Nicky.
Well, obviously he can see the game much better up there than perhaps the guys at ground level can. So he spotted something that I'm sure the lads didn't see.
Back to the action. Excellent play by Larry O'Gorman. Up towards Gary Laffin. Picked up by Tom Dempsey. Turns the other way and takes his points. The bank manager from Enniscorthy, native of Kilmuckridge, scores his second point of the Leinster final. And Wexford lead again by 3 points. Eamon Cregan looking very perturbed. And to be honest with you, he's every reason to be, but it's a long, long way. I know I keep saying it, but it's with Offaly, you've never won, you've never beaten them until that final whistle. Rory McCarthy, one of the great successes of Farrell and Gael. He came here, indeed, and played with Cumming and Munstall as a young lad for Wexford, and he's back down in Leinster final. And Rod Guiney and Joe Dooley, both of them combined, and you can see blood oozing out of Joe Dooley's head there. It was a straight clash and unfortunately Joe Dooley came out the worst of it. Joe Dooley is certainly suffering there. This is the incident coming up now as Joe Dooley and Rod Guiney both combined with hurleys, and you can see there the hurley hitting both their heads, with Joe coming out the worst. And Joe Dooley looks to be in trouble. The first aid man is calling for a little bit more help. And I think Joe Dooley will require some stitches. Pat O'Connor, as you can see now, is being told to take off the top of his tracksuit and get warmed up. And Joe Dooley's departure will be a severe blow to their prospects because he was playing so well. This is the incident again from a different angle. Joe Dooley and Rod Guiney combining there, and you can see the hurley coming down. Just before that, it caught him on the top of the head. And Joe Dooley still on the ground, and that's going to require quite a large number of stitches, I think. The helmets, certainly, this would again go back to Gary Kirby's injury the last day, went down in Park na Gael when he picked up a head injury, and unfortunately Joe Dooley there. That's what it's all about, really. See young lads watching the hurling in Croke Park, but they're really another case for helmets being worn, Nicky.
Well, absolutely. I think it was an unfortunate incident. I think, in fairness to Rod Guiney, both of them pulled on the ball, and he just got the end of Rod's hurl. It was a sheer accident, and hopefully Joe will be able to continue, although I see Pat O'Connor coming on now, so that doesn't look good.
Yes, indeed, Nicky. Pat O'Connor is coming in for Joe Dooley. And Pat is going in corner forward, and Michael Dyken now has moved back out to the wing. Adrian Fenlon hitting that sideline cut brilliantly. Dropping it right in, Gary Laffin off the post. There's a scramble, it's there. Wexford have found the glory days. Gary Laffin got the touch, and all of Croke Park has come alive. Look at this, Wexford people, look at this. The big man from Glenbarntown, no wonder you take off your hat, sir. Today could be your day. Just watch this. They'll be watching it in Wexford for years, perhaps.
Absolutely. Brilliant goal by Gary. I think it was Gary got it.
We continue on down at the other end. Joe Erity giving it to Michael Dyke. Oh, yes! Great goal! And Offaly now are the people jumping for joy. From one end we have a goal, to the other end we have a goal, and Michael Dyke is the man who brings Offaly back into the match. What about that draw, Nicky?
Well, I think it could very well be a brilliant response from Offaly. Typical Offaly. You cannot write them off until you're in the dressing room.
Wonderful Offaly. This is the first goal. As that ball came in, there was a bit of a scramble. Gary Laffin first hit the ball off the crossbar, and then it was scrambled through. In fact, it was Tom Dempsey.
It was Tom Dempsey, actually.
It was Tom Dempsey, actually, that scrambled it in. At the other end, Offaly came forward and responded like champions. What a
Joe
response.
Erity to Michael Dykeman.
And Michael Dykeman rattled it into the net. Here we go again. Dahi Regan sending it up towards Joe Erity. Wexford man goes back to gather his hurley as Johnny Pilkington drives it in and puts it over the bar. His third point from midfield. And Offaly people are the ones rejoicing once again. 2:16 for Wexford, 2:14 for Offaly, and 21, almost 22 minutes gone in the second half. Damien Fitzhenry gives it plenty of air. Larry O'Gorman, he really has played wonderfully well at midfield. To another Larry, who's played brilliant at wing forwards. 3 points for Larry Murphy. Wexford people now jumping for joy. It's that sort of a game. 2:17 to 2:14. 3 points between the teams. And thankfully, just 22 and a half minutes gone in the second half. Michael Dignan trying to push it forward. Liam Dunn. That's going to find touch. Yes, it is. Sideline ball for Offaly. Well, no wonder Larry would touch his toes and take a breather, because he's played his heart out. Eamon Cregan will want his side to keep taking their points. Brian Wheelahan. Knocked away from Kevin Martin. And Rory McCarthy, that's a free for Offaly. They're certainly here in Croke Park for this Leinster final from near and far. From Japan, from Tullamore, from Offaly. As Johnny Dooley sends that wide. That could be a crucial miss, Nicky.
Absolutely. At this stage of the game, you've got to take all your chances, and most, unlike Johnny Dooley, who's normally so accurate from all these frees.
Again, another massive puck out by Damien Fitzhenry. Knocked away by Hubert Rigney. Adrian Fenlon sending it up towards Martin Hennemy. Gary Laffin giving it back outside to Rory McCarthy. Sends a testing ball in for Tom Dempsey, but Tom can't reach it. And down they sit once again. Knocked away. Line ball for Offaly. Martin Hannamy from St. Rynagh's, cutting it in towards Rod Guiney, picked up by Larry O'Gorman. Back to Rod, nice hurling. Martin Story, willing to take on Hubert Rigney. Story trying to keep him in, or rather trying to stay in. Johnny Pilkington. Back towards Kevin Keenahan, who finally gets the clearance into the far side. Oh, well done, Johnny Dooley. Getting it in towards Ger Cush, and John Troy, and Cush beats Troy. Excellent play by the fullback. Eamon Scallon and Martin Hannamy. Wonderful fielding. Hops all the way in, dangerously into Billy Dooley. Gives it to Joe Earty. Is this the equaliser? He leaves it behind himself. And it's Liam Dunn that comes away with it. Happy to get it down for his Rod Guiney, who's fouled. Free for Wexford. It's a man's game, and it's manly stuff.
Okay, Joe Earty is picking up the ball here, and Billy Dooley passed it too. Joe is going through, and a brilliant interception there by John O'Connor. He just got the tip to it. I think Offaly thought that Joe Earty had been fouled, but in actual fact the credit goes to John O'Connor, who just flicked it away at the last moment.
The people of Wexford have 9 minutes to the final whistle. They're leading by 3 points. It runs kindly to Larry Murphy. Goalkeeper has to come out, bravely go down, and he's still loose. It's anybody's, and it's Liam Coughlin's eventually. Oh, a heart-stopping moment in Croke Park. for Offaly and for Wexford. Adrian Fenlon drives it wide. That was close. Not just Adrian Fenlon's effort at a point, but the goal-scoring opportunity.
Another great chance here for Wexford, but I think there was so many bodies around the goal it was just impossible. Good stop by Liam Coughlin.
Sean Flott. Ball comes down towards Hubert Rigney and Martin Storey. Eamon Scallon. Hubert Rigney. Johnny Pilkington. Well blocked by Adrian Fenlon. Sending it in towards Gary Lappin. Gone inside is Eamon Scallon. Gary back to Adrian Fenlon. Oh, that is a sweet point. But the referee had blown his whistle for too many turns, and that is a free for Wexford. In fact, he dropped the hurling, so that is a free for Offaly.
Yes. Paddy Mulher appears to be on for Dahi Regan.
So Dahi is the man that's gone off, and Paddy Mulher from St. Rhinus is on for Offaly. Rob Guiney. Down towards Johnny Pilkington. Rod Guiney comes forward like a train, nothing to stop him. Over towards Martin Storey. Behind you, Martin. Martin Hannamy. Lovely stuff. Down towards Michael Dignan. Outside him is Paddy Mulher. This is Mulher, the substitute for Regan, coming through. Trying to get room to swing. Sending in a ball. Judd Troy, and Damien Fitzhenry is there. You're going the wrong way, Damien. Into an Offaly triumvirate. But he gets it out. Back to Mulher once more. Scooping it in around the goal mouth, and Damien Fitzhenry. This time he comes the right way and gets a good long relieving clearance. Martin Hannamy and Eamon Scallon. Hannamy waiting to pull once more when that slither comes free. Still Pilkington. Still Fenlon. Still Hannamy. To Rod Guiney. Into the corner, and it's gone out for a sideline ball. Martin Hannamy with the sideline cut to Michael Dignan. Pulled on by Colin Kill. Oh, lovely hurling by Liam Dunn. Didn't quite connect properly, but it works out fine. Rod Guiney, dispossessed. Comes back to Liam Dunn once more. Sweet hurler, the centre half back. The hop fooled Eamon Scallon. Martin Hannamy once more. 3 points the difference. 5 minutes away for Wexford to regain the Leinster title. Or Offaly to regain parity at least, and possibly retain it. Into the middle. Oh, what wonderful fielding. Larry O'Gorman. Hubert Rigney. Stopped by Rory McCarthy. Back to Kevin Martin. Larry Murphy putting his head where nobody would be brave enough to do. Down to Tom Dempsey, sending it goal bound. Oh, what a magnificent punt! Tom Dempsey! He scored a goal and 3 points. And Trump Park is alive to the Slaney Siders. And Dickie Murphy, the referee, if you're watching this, and I'm sure you are, I'm sure you're leaping out of the bed in Arkeen Hospital, because Wexford are on the verge of history. Can they hold on? Can the faithful county, the great county of Offaly, respond? Blocked by Larry Murphy. The Wexford players are playing inspirational stuff. Martin Storey looking for the goalpost and finding the goalpost. Answer that, Offaly, if you can. Croke Park belongs to Wexford, perhaps. 32 minutes and 20 seconds left, or gone, should I say, before I give you a heart attack. 3 minutes left. Rod Guiney. Comes back to Tom Dempsey. Difficult angle, but not to Tom Dempsey. 1 goal, 4 points for Tom. The 19-year wait is over. They're rejoicing on the banks of Slaney. They're rejoicing in Croke Park. That ageless wonder, Billy Byrne, is being introduced by Wexford. There is a change in Wexford with 2 minutes left. And Gary Laffin is coming off and Billy Byrne is on. When I spoke to Tom Dempsey during the week, he was hoping that Liam Griffin's Clare connections, that their luck would extend to them in '96. I think, Tom Dempsey, your prayers have been answered. It has extended down to Wexford. Martin Hanemy fouled and responding, unlike Martin Hanemy, and Eamon Scallon and Billy Byrne cooling matters down. Well, it's going to be a very difficult task, Nicky Brennan, and I don't envy you, but who would you pick as your man of the match for today?
It was very, very difficult, and a lot of Wexford players, in fairness, a lot of Offaly players have played particularly well too, but it had to be a Wexford man, and Larry Murphy is my man of the match.
So well done, Larry. Man of the match, RTE Sport, the day of the Leinster final, but Wexford haven't won yet. They're pleading with the umpire and the referee that it's a free out. And an almighty scramble, and a scrum that would do the Irish rugby team proud. The referee, I think, may give a throw ball here. Surely now it's beyond Offaly. The referee is going to give a throw ball. Wexford have not won this title since 1977. Larry O'Gorman has gone down there for a pull by Johnny Dooley that broke his hurley. But Larry will hop up. He'll go on crutches now for you on Wexford. And George O'Connor is being introduced. Liam Griffin has brought in the slip of paper, and George O'Connor is in Croke Park for the Leinster final for the last 30 seconds. And Rory McCarthy, the number 9, is the man that's gone off. A very nice gesture by this man who played for Wexford, indeed for Clare, and sportingly bringing in George O'Connor for the last few moments of a historic day. Martin Hanemy, Martin Storey, and another point for Wexford. There's no going home tonight from Croke Park. They have suffered long and far. They've suffered for years down in Wexford at the hands of the people from Kilkenny and Offaly. But now, unquestionably, it has to be Wexford. Johnny Pilkington trying for a last-minute chance and a last-minute point. 4 points for Johnny, but it's not enough for Offaly. The hottest of favourites for the Leinster title. Wexford 221, Offaly 215. Surely the referee won't allow too much for injury time. There's 36 minutes played. Larry Murphy trying to get it inside to Eamon Scallon, to Martin Storey, looking at the posts, and it's so easy now. There'll be bonfires supporters in Wexford tonight.
And I think nobody will begrudge them. They've waited for so long, and I think they're entitled to their glory. It's been coming for so long, and for so many great players like Tom Dempsey, George O'Connor, Martin Story.
And the referee is going to have to make sure that the supporters get off the field, because here in Croke Park, the 19-year wait has been too much for some people. They're already on Croke Park, but the match is not over. Kevin Martin going forward, Adrian Fenlon bringing it back and sending it out over the line, a line ball. It's like an All-Ireland victory in Croke Park. The crowd are lining the sideline at both sides. The line ball in front of us as the stewards try to keep the people and the crowds off the pitch. Johnny Pilkington giving it straight to Adrian Fenlon. A most unusual scene here for a Leinster final. Crowd control is gone. Is there a last-minute flurry in Wexford to finish it off? Tom Dempsey taking his points. 1 goal and 5 points for Tom. What wonderful scenes in Croke Park. The whole scenario is a sea of purple and yellow. Look at this in Croke Park. The whole sideline, it's all over, surely. Wexford are Leinster champions. Such joy, such emotion. What a day. Well, I said it in 92 that there wouldn't be any cow's milk in Clare. I think there'll be no cow's milk in Wexford this week.
Oh, and a lot of other things as well won't happen in Wexford this week. This is a great day for Wexford, and one I think that they have deserved for so long. It's wonderful for the county, and they're to be congratulated. And a fantastic display.
And Bishop Comiskey, I'm sure, will be adding his congratulations in his diocese this week. Wonderful, wonderful emotion. Overjoyed Wexford people. This is their day. It's taken a long time, and Liam Griffin has done a wonderful job with his county.
And I think it's no coincidence that in his first cup that he gives out as chairman of the Leinster Council, it should be a Wexford man, Jim Berry, as well.
Indeed. And here's a future Wexford hurler who will no doubt remember this day. The day when Wexford took over Croke Park and submerged the Leinster champions Offaly with a wonderful display of hurling. Shane McGuckin disappointed, but no doubt the fact that he lives in Wexford, at least he will enjoy the celebrations with his neighbours for the rest of the week. It's the game of hurling that has won today, as well as Wexford and Limerick and Páirc Uí Chaoimh. Martin Story, the captain, will go down as a name synonymous with Wexford hurling, as he comes forward to gather the cup from, as indeed Dickie Brennan has said, ironically from a Wexford man, Jim Berry. Seas of emotion as George O'Connor is lifted high. At last he has that Leinster Championship medal. These men will forever remember the struggle. They'll forever remember the day. What Clare left behind in terms of colour and emotion, Wexford have taken over today. Martin Story has reached the foot of the stairs leading to the presentation area, but that's all he's going, Farrell, because the road is blocked the rest of the journey. Now they're clearing it. This is like an All-Ireland victory, and it's going to take a lot for Liam Griffin to get these boys back into a frame of mind for an All-Ireland semi-final. But to be honest, that is for another day. Well, I haven't enjoyed a match like it for some time, and I must say, I'm sure Offaly people will be the first as well to congratulate Wexford. You're back, no doubt about it, Wexford, back at the very top. Martin Story has reached the presentation area. The jersey being shown by Liam Dunn to the crowd. They defeated Kilkenny in the semi-final, in the first round, then Dublin, and now Offaly. So nobody can take this Leinster title away from them. And that's the scene, that's Michael Delaney with the glasses there, the Leinster Council Secretary, and a very efficient and far-thinking man indeed. And he's there thoroughly enjoying this Wexford victory. George O'Connor is coming up with a future hurler, no doubt. And it's taken them so long to get up the steps of Croke Park. Well, Nicky, I'm sure as a Kilkenny man, indeed as a hurling man most of all, this must bring a little tear even to your eye.
Absolutely. I think, you know, Wexford have tried so hard. They've worked as hard as any Kilkennys or Offaly's in Leinster or any other team for that matter. Those players have put years. Look at George O'Connor there. He was just bursting with enthusiasm when he came on the field. He deserves his Leinster medal today, and this will do a lot for Wexford hurling, and that won't do hurling any harm at all.
Well, I think that our viewers will be also appreciative that today was a wonderful day for hurling, a wonderful day indeed for RT television sports that brought both provincial finals live into your sitting rooms and kitchens around Ireland. Now, here comes the presentation. But Jim Berry, the chairman of Leinster Council, is in no hurry.
Look how gorgeous going. Go iron us up and start here at Dimmershield. Clear. 3. 4-2 Ligoni.
Jack Charlton's army has been replaced. This is Wexford's ole ole. They're dancing in front of us here. Just watch this. This is something to remember, even if you're not from Wexford.
Apology, Tommy, we're waiting in Wexford for the last 19 years to win this trophy.
This is Jim Berry, chairman of Leinster Council.
And the boys did it today and deserve their win.
A Wexford man.
I'd like to also compliment Offaly on a very fine display
of Croke Park, another Wexford man.
Leinster final. A great occasion for hurling, a great occasion for Wexford. I'd like to thank the referee and officials, and I'd like to thank our sponsors for the hurling.
No doubt about it. With Mick Kinsella at the far right there with the striped jersey. Mick Kinsella, the secretary of the Wexford County Council, and Liam Griffin. His commitment to Wexford hurling has been rewarded. As Martin Story, the captain of Wexford, lifts the Leinster trophy for the first time since 1977. Well done, Slaney Siders. Pat Murphy, the PRO, is absolutely ecstatic as Wexford people celebrate their first Leinster title in since 1977. Well done, Wexford, as the party only begins in Croke Park. Back to you, Michael, in the studio.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Marty. I think that speech is going to go on for some time yet. Well, Cyril, Farrell, 19 years. It's a long time to wait. They know about it in Tipperary, know a bit about it in Galway too.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. It's the year for hurling again. Clare did it last year. Now we have Wexford coming through after 19 or 20 years. And the relief there on the lads that I know down there, we'll call them the mature hurlers of the team, like, you know, Story, Murphy or Gorman. These guys done. Young Rod Guiney coming in there, you know, Billy Byrne, George O'Connor. They've been around so long and been beaten so often. Lesser men would have thrown in the towel.
Yeah.
And I can imagine the celebration of it there tonight, and rightly so. Offaly made it a great game. There were hot favourites going into the game, and they don't seem to be able to live with the favourites tag as such. But the enthusiasm shown by Wexford all through, even coming in this morning, as you were remarking, Michael, it was all Wexford cars. They were all up for the game. And, you know, like, it can only do good for hurling. Sure. I know Offaly will be disappointed tonight, but they won't begrudge Wexford their win at all. And, like, it's going to be some summer the whole time, because Galway are still in the background and they're feeling quite confident. And, you know, it's going to be Wexford on a roll. Limerick are after winning a fantastic Munster final.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, hurling can only be the winner this year.
Well, obviously, Wexford will worry about their All-Ireland semi-final another day, but it's celebrations all around, I think, for the rest of the week. We'll talk more about that match after this commercial break.
Cable guy!
He's gonna hook you up, turn you on,
All right already!
and rock your world. Jim Carrey. Matthew Broderick.
I'm just messing with you.
The Cable Guy.
You better hide.
Some things just come naturally. Like butter. Naturally pure, naturally delicious. That's why when goodness really counts, it must be butter. Butter, often copied, never equaled.
See how Castrol motor oil reaches every moving part of your car's engine faster. Now, see it at normal speed. Insist on Castrol.
Maynard's original wine gums are filled with juicy flavour, just waiting to be set loose. All you've got to do is chew. Hoots, man, there's juice. Loose, a bit this house. Set the juice loose.
Cuprinol 5-year wood stain. It's extraordinarily hardy.
The spirit that drives an Olympic legend to break through old barriers is the same spirit that drives a bank to break new ground. That's why AIB, with services such as Visa, AIB Laser, and now the most advanced banking system, gives you even faster value and greater efficiency on your account, keeping you in the lead.
Seavite, the ultimate sweet treatment for your health and beauty. Quality Irish products available nationwide.
See the exclusive range of bathroom suites in PJ Matthews showrooms at Ballysimon Road, Limerick. Nobody matches Matthews, the plumbing and heating specialists.
Bruce College, one of Ireland's most prestigious private colleges, is now enrolling for its Leaving Certificate courses. Contact Bruce College, Dublin, Cork or Limerick.
Just to mention, a lot of phone calls are coming in, but we're going to keep those phone calls for the Sunday game later on tonight, because we are overrunning a little bit after our two classic matches here live in the afternoon. Just to remind you again, Limerick won down in the replay in Munster, 4-7 to 16 points. They beat Tipperary. Up north, by the way, Antrim have won the Ulster title, 120 to Downs 212. And as we've just seen, Leinster, we've just seen that match, and Wexford, of course, winning that, beating Offaly, the champions, in the final. We picked out Cyril Farrell, two instances by Larry Murphy early in the second half. He went on to be the man of the match, but we had him even noted early in the second half for crucial scores.
Yeah, we were even talking before the game, like, he needed a big game today, and he really had a good one. Wexford were a point up at half-time, but just after the start of half, win 3 points. This is Larry bursting through here. He just can't do anything really wrong today. Has a little look behind, lovely flick, left-handed, straight over the bar. Martin Story had already got one before this, so that put them 2 or 3 points up. Again, now you're going to see him picking up a ball here. you know, takes long. He's a long way out. He's a good 70 metres out here. Long, high ball. Again, over the bar. Great score. Inspirational scores. So from being 1 up within 3 minutes of the second half to into 5 up. You know, from great scores. 1 from Story, 3 from Larry.
It was hectic stuff all the way through. There was periods of frantic action during the second half in which we saw play going up and down the field, and we saw crucial saves at both sides coming within a few minutes of each other.
Well, that's the thing about hurling, Michael. See, it's so fast. Like here now, you're going to see a save by Liam Coughlin and goals. This ball coming in, a good ground shot here from Finland. Now here, Gary Laffin clips in the ground. Most of like a great save. He keeps his eye on it and just picks it up. Just has it saved, and a crucial save, because some people say Gary could have picked it up. Now he didn't realise how much time he had. The ball comes right through to him here, but yet he did the right thing. If the ball stuck in the back of the net, everyone's saying good ground shot.
Yeah.
Now to be fair to Liam Coughlin, he saves a certain goal really. But when all this has happened, just within a second, you're going to see the same thing here now. Joe Hershey cuts through here. Now he's been well equipped. Jared Cush has fouled him there, but again, a great save by David Fitzhenry. Okay, Offaly eventually I think get a point of this, but like the goal is saved, which will just show you how important good goalies are. Now here, Jared Cush is lucky here now. He actually kicks the ball, but Jeff Fitzhenry keeps his eye on the ball.
Sure.
And like it was a great decision by the Wexford to put Fitzhenry back into goals after the league. It shows you again how fast the game of hurling is. 2 great saves.
Well, Fitzhenry was one of the heroes definitely for Wexford today. So we saw 2 saves at either end, and then shortly after that we saw 2 goals at either end. Now the Wexford one, when it came first, looked like it was going to be all over.
Well, here's a great ball by Adrian Finland. Long line ball. Now young Gary Laffin here just flicks it back from going wide, and in the resulting scramble, Tom Dempsey gets his foul hit, and it puts Wexford in the driving seat, you'd imagine. And again, here's a long ball coming in again. Gary Laffin gets a flick to it. Great flick. You think it's going here, hops us a flick, hits off the cross and back out, and in the scramble, Tom Dempsey gets a touch to it. Tom had a great game today, got a goal and a good few points. But you'd imagine the Wexford in the driving seat. Next thing, here the ball comes. Jersey picks it up again. He gives a great pass to Dylan, and bang, the back of the net. Again, only 3 points in it again. So from 2 great saves, 2 great goals within 30 seconds or 40 of another. That's what makes the game of hurling so fast and so effective. Great play here by Hershey, and a great pass. Dylan takes on his left, strikes. No, Fitzhenry had no chance. Great goal.
Sure. Just as an aside, Joe Dooley going off injured, do you think that upset Offaly's pattern?
Oh, well, Joe Dooley had been on the team, but not really, because like O'Connor came on corner forward and died him without wing forward, and he got the goal from. But it's not nice to see a fella. That was a complete accident. Both were under the ball. In actual fact, Joe was going in wrong to the ball. It bit off balance going in, but it didn't affect the game. No, it was going to be Wexford days when they start scoring these points from outside. Like they wind up scoring 223. Like, you know, it's a lot of scores. Like and they picked second half. I think they got 113 in the second half. It's a lot of scores in any 35 minutes.
Well, Cyril, I know that you've enjoyed the action here with us this afternoon, and thank you for your comments. Right now, though, we're going to take a commercial break. We're back.